just I was gonna be flying in the air. So this one is called Onward. Alright, and I had heard about it. I mean, I heard it was pretty good from Matt McCusker on Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. No, it's a 2020 angel number American computer animated urban fantasy adventure film produced by Pixar and distributed by Walt Disney. The film was directed by Dan Scanlon. Features Tom Holland, Chris Pratt. Set in a suburban fantasy world. It's an interesting backdrop. It's an interesting world. Man, I just got a text. I wonder if I could check it. Yeah, so the setting was dope. Let's see, where was that? The film follows two elf brothers named Ian and Barley Lightfoot, who set out on a quest to find an artifact that will temporarily bring back their deceased father for 24 hours before it is too late. After directing Monsters University, which was pretty good, not the best Pixar, but it was pretty good, Scanlon was encouraged to develop personal stories. The concept of Onward is inspired by the death of Scanlon's father, who died in a car accident when Scanlon and his older brother were very young children, and their relationship with each other. He began to write the story after hearing an audio clip of his father. The film was announced at D23 Expo in July of 2017, with the title being revealed in December 2018, alongside the voice cast. The animation team chose to give the film's magic a unique style after studying several animated films featuring magic in order to fit with its suburban setting. Development on Onward lasted for 6 years on an approximate between $175 to $200 million budget. Composers Michael and Jeff D. Anna were hired to compose the film's musical score, making their second feature-length collaboration with Pixar Animation Studios. Onward premiered at the 70th Berlin International Film Festival on February 21st, 2020, and was theatrically released in the U.S. on March 6, 2020. The film received positive reviews from critics, but underperformed at the box office, grossing only $142 million worldwide. Now, this was in the height of COVID. So COVID-19 pandemic contributed to its financial shortcomings due to the widespread closure of theaters. Like several other films released in the early months of 2020, it found far greater success on video on demand. The film was nominated for Best Animated Feature Film at the 78th Golden Globe Awards and 93rd Academy Awards, but lost both awards to Soul, another incredible movie, which we talk about on here, and another Pixar film released in the same year. Onward was the last Pixar film released in theaters worldwide until Lightyear in June of 2022. In a world inhabited by mythic creatures, magic was commonplace millennia ago. Though difficult to master, after technological advances over the centuries, magic became obsolete and was largely discarded. Very interesting concept. In July of 2017, Pixar announced the Suburban Fantasy World film at the D23 Expo, with Dan and Corey Ray producing. The film was inspired by the death of Scanlon's father, which we already discussed. On December 12, 2018, Tom Holland, Chris Pratt, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Octavia Spencer were announced as starring in the film. While having recorded most of their lines separately, Holland and Pratt had some of their recording sessions together since, according to Scanlon, they've worked together before and hung out together. Spider-Man and Star-Lord. On December 17, 2019, Ali Wong, Glenna Waithe, and Mel Rodriguez joined the cast of the film. On February 18, 2020, Wilmer Valderrama, Tracy Ullman, Kyle Bornheimer, and George Psaris were revealed to have voice casts as well, and John Ratzenberger's appearance was officially confirmed. So one storyboard scene featuring Ian, Barley, and Wilden joining with the Goat Girl on the journey was deleted as a deleted scene. Ian and the Goat Girl come across a booth hosted by 3 evil mermaids. The mermaids sing their mesmerizing song to lure the two into staying in one of the 3 houses out for rent. put for rent. Ian tries to silence them with the staff, but the spell is too weak. When Ian and the goat girl are finally in a trance, the mermaids place them in one of the houses. The house they are in starts to sink into the ground. The goat girl was omitted because the filmmakers wanted the film to focus on the relationship between Ian and Barley, the brothers. The scene itself was removed because the filmmakers felt it was too grim. According to, they were probably scary looking mermaids too, evil mermaids, yeah. According to effects supervisor Vincent Seriteya, the animators wanted the spells to be something that's abstract, but also personified. So they had to converge on the idea of an image of magic, go back to the base level of the sequences and the spells, and what level of complexity would be given and how it affects the environment. Director Dan Scanlon said that Ian's arc was helpful to the animators because they could use that for all the magic we designed. The animators chose to give the film's magic a unique style after studying several animated films featuring magic such as Fantasia, Aladdin, and Hercules. Animators wanted the film's magic to fit with its suburban setting. I didn't even think about this shit, but I guess it did blend in pretty cool. I kind of want to watch it again after reading this because of the animation. Animators first developed the film's magic using hand-drawn animated drawings before turning them into computer-animated effects, with Seriteya saying that they made shapes and graphic elements that really lend themselves to what's happening in a 2D environment. He also said that the key was mixing hand-drawn and computer animation. Arguing that going one way or the other didn't work. Going too graphic didn't fit into the world that the background and the characters were created in. And going too physical in an animated world would seem too real. So they found the right balance by turning hand-drawn animated graphics into light objects and giving them a true volumetric glowing atmosphere. He further added that the choreography during the visitation spell sequence came directly from 2D, while the CGI animation and lighting provided depth perception. The film was completed on November 21st, 2019. Let's see. It was released digitally March 20, 2020. Became available for Disney Plus subscribers April 3rd due to the COVID. The digital date was just 2 weeks after the film's theatrical debut and before the end of the usual 90-day theatrical run. The announcement followed Disney's earlier than planned release of Frozen 2 on Disney Plus, as well as Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker on digital HD in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. Over its first week of home release, the film was the sixth most watched on Amazon Prime and second most on the iTunes Store. The film was later released by Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment on DVD, Blu-ray, and Ultra Blu-ray. Onward grossed $61.6 million in the United States and Canada, $80.4 million in other territories for a worldwide total of $142. It was released alongside The Way Back and the wide expansion of Emma. I don't know what that is. Was projected to gross $50 million from 4,200 theaters. While the film remained in its first and its second weekend, it was the worst ever second weekend for a Pixar film, obviously because of the pandemic. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 88 based on 337 reviews with an average rating of 7.2 out of 10. And there's some haters. It may suffer in comparison to Pixar's classics, but Onward makes effective use of the studio's formula and stands on its own merits as a funny, heartwarming, dazzlingly animated adventure. Oh, that's a good one. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 61 out of 100, based on 56 critics indicated generally favorable reviews. Let's see. So this one dude, Peter Bradshaw, The Guardian, rated the film 3 out of 5 and called it a likable family comedy that finds an easy rhythm without effort, though he felt that the movie's attitude towards death is not as radically powerful as in Coco. So you gotta stop comparing these movies, bro. They're different movies. They're separate movies. I just watched Coco too. It's pretty good. And somebody else, Peter Travers of Rolling Stone, says, it's no Toy Story, but the animation juggernaut's latest about two elf brothers on a quest is still worth your while. It's engaging and enjoyable. Something here for everyone. Begins with an intriguing premise. Doesn't come close to fully fleshing out the possibility. There should be a sequel, or whatever. That's what they say. So the film, this is some interesting facts. The film was banned in the Arab countries of Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, as one female Cyclops police officer character in the film named Spectre, voiced by Lena Waithe, briefly indicates that she is a lesbian. The scene in question is a brief scene in which the simulacrum of Colt Bronco is lamenting about how Ian and Barley Lightfoot do not respect him as a father figure. Spectre replies to him by saying, "It's not easy being a new parent. My girlfriend's daughter got me pulling my hair out, okay?" Homosexual acts are criminalized in the 4 countries: Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, which are predominantly Muslim, although Kuwait does not criminalize female homosexual acts. The ban is not universal, and the film was screened in Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates, Lebanon, and Egypt, albeit the line was changed in the Arabic dub to "My Sister's Daughter." The Russian dub, due to the Russian gay propaganda law officially criminalizing the dissemination of LGBT-related content to minors under 18, changed the line to "My partner's daughter." The Russian dub also avoided referring to Spectre with gender-specific pronouns. The scene was also changed similarly in Poland and Hungary. Poland and Hungary. Interesting. Very interesting. I thought the movie was incredible. It made me cry. My favorite scenes were when the brother gives up his van, and then when the big brother gives up his van. And it's funny because the big brother's kind of a lame. You know, the main character, he wants to be cool, but he doesn't have a dad. Finds out his dad was actually pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty fire. I don't want to spoil anything because I really want y'all to watch it because it's actually really good. So we're gonna take another break and we'll be right back with Badass Woman in History. Maybe a freestyle, but I don't know because of how I'm feeling.